What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Let Us Pray. It's your nephew. It's your uncle. It's your friend. It's your brother. It's your cousin, man. I'm just a normal guy. Just an average guy. One thing I'm not your daddy. Man, we got a serious topic today. First off, I hope your family and friends are safe. I hope you're sheltering in place and taking the proper precautions during the coronavirus pandemic. For those of you that are out and about, going out back to your jobs, the states are opening back up. Please be safe. My thoughts and prayers out to you and your family, that God will cover you and protect you. I want to talk about today this horrible murder of a young black man named Ahmaud Arbery in Georgia. Something I didn't really hear about till actually this morning or late last night, and I just been kind of reading up on the topic, and I'm outraged to think that a young man can't jog through his neighborhood without being profiled, without being this basically was like a execution of a young black man when he didn't do anything but want to exercise. He loved running, he loved jogging, he wanted to keep his body fit, stayed on top of his wellness. You know, his family said he was always jogging, he was always running whenever he wasn't working or with his family. Something he loved to do. Think about the things we love to do on a daily basis, the things that we do and we take for granted. What if someone decided that, you know what, you look like a criminal? Not that they've seen you commit any criminal act, but what about if someone decided that, hey, you look like a criminal, I'm gonna pull a gun out on you and force you to stop? What would be your natural reaction? First of all, try to get the gun out of his hand, right? So there's a video online that shows Mr. Arbery briefly scuffling with this gentleman, Mr. Mcmichael and his son, the two guys who followed Ahmaud. They said that there have been a rash of burglaries in their neighborhood, and Ahmaud, Mr. Arbery, looked like the guy who was caught on camera. So they hopped in the pickup truck, grabbed the guns, attempted to cut him off a few times, and they couldn't because he was so fast. Finally, they blocked the street as he's running up. They pulled the guns out on him and try to stop him in his tracks. He gets caught up tussling with the shotgun, gets shot right there in the middle of the street, left for dead like a dog. Mr. Mcmichael turns him over to see if he's armed. See if he's armed while he's jogging. I mean, I don't know about you, but if I'm jogging, I have probably jogging clothes on. Where am I going to hide a gun? Why are you turning a man over that was just shot with a shotgun, first of all? Story doesn't make any sense. The story that Mr. Mcmichael and his son have come up with. The thing that makes me even more upset, this is something that happened in February. It is now almost the middle of May. These guys have not been charged with anything. Mr. Mcmichael and his son. There's been no investigation until currently. There's been some traction that the county will begin an investigation, only because of the pressure they're receiving now via social media and the media. Mr. Mcmichael, the father, was a former police officer for the county which this crime happened in. So, I mean, this just stinks all the way, just all together. Young black man gunned down in the middle of the street for jogging in the neighborhood. It's just ridiculous. I mean, we should all be demanding justice for Ahmaud. Justice for Ahmaud. I've been riding my bike recently in my neighborhood. What about if someone decided that I look like a subject of a crime, or I'm similar in height or color to someone that they saw commit a crime? Then what? Am I going to be the next victim? What about if they decide your son or your brother or your uncle, your cousin looks like someone who committed a crime? Will they be the next victim? This stuff has to stop, man. I'm extremely saddened for this young man's family. I mean, my heart goes out to his mother. My heart goes out to his father, all his family. We need to demand justice for Ahmaud. These two monsters need to be put behind bars. Mr. Mcmichael and his son. This was definitely a premeditated murder, because, as I stated, they tried to cut him off several times before they were able to actually catch up to him, which shows you the premeditation. It wasn't something that just snapped and just happened. This is something that they built up to. I'm not sure how many minutes it took for this to occur once they got in their truck the first time, but the fact that they had to keep rerouting themselves let you know that they had premeditation in this. So completely unacceptable. Something that happened in the South. I mean, we know that the South is notorious for its racism against black people, obviously. Years ago, it's the heart of the slave trade. But it's 2020, man, and we're still hearing about black men getting killed in the middle of the street, whether it's shot, stabbed, come up missing, lynched, whatever the case may be. These are just sad occurrences, and we shouldn't stand for violence against these young innocent black men. And at the same time, I was talking to a friend of mine on Facebook. Black people, I'm gonna take off my glasses for this. Black people, we got to stop killing one another as well. We are always outraged and upset and ready to ridicule and go to bat for those families that lose loved ones. Excuse me. When it's someone of the opposite race that kills one of our own. But what about when we're senselessly killing one another for whatever the case may be? Drugs, alcohol, ego, reputation, over woman, whatever the case may be. We got to stop killing one another too. I just want to throw that in there, man. We need justice for Ahmaud, but at the same time, we need the black community. The black community. We need to stop killing one another, man. We need to bind together. We need to stop all this senseless killing, man. It's heartbreaking for these young men to be getting gunned down in the streets. They can't come back. Like, you take a man's life and you think it makes you tough or something like that, but no, man, you took a man's life. You took somebody's son. And some of these young men have, kids. You took somebody's father. forever, man. They can't come back. It's not a video game. You don't get multiple lives. You don't get mulligans. You don't get to respawn like you do in Call of Duty, man. They're gone forever. There's got to be a better way. You got to be able to talk things out. You got to be able to articulate yourself. You got to be able to get your points across without killing somebody. And this is just another instance of some ignorant men, whatever their motivation was. I do believe it was racially motivated. It was just wrong. You can't justify what they did. And I hope the criminal justice system throws the book at these two gentlemen and makes an example of them, because this should not be tolerated. I don't care if it's a black man that's getting killed, a white man, an Asian man, a Mexican man, whatever the case may be. Nobody should be in fear that if they jog around their neighborhood, they're going to be shot because they're wrongly identified as a burglar. If anything, they should, first of all, they should have never had guns. If they were asking this man what he was doing in the neighborhood, they should have never had guns. If they're going to call the police, wait for the police to come and ask the question. You shouldn't have guns. You shouldn't be approaching a law-abiding citizen with jogging attire and jogging clothes on. You shouldn't be approaching someone like that with guns, especially with a shotgun. You shouldn't be blocking his path. There's just so many things wrong with this story, man. So I want justice for Ahmaud. I'm sure you guys want justice for Ahmaud. It's your boy, Let Us Pray, man. I mean, this story really ticks me off, because it could have been any one of us. Could have been me in my own city, in my own town. It could have been you. You're watching this video. Anybody that's out playing basketball, out in the park, out there riding your bike, whatever, skateboarding. It could have been you. It could have been you. Could have been you or me. Could have been your dad. Could have been your cousin. So let's not sweep this kind of thing under the rug, man. We need to be clamoring for justice for all victims, not just Ahmaud. We need to be clamoring for justice for all these victims that are getting senselessly killed in the streets by these predators, man. And that's all it is. They're predators. They're opportunists. They're looking for a reason to kill somebody. So I sincerely hope that these two men are indicted soon for the murder, premeditated murder of this young man, and they are not let off lightly. They need to be serving their time in prison for what they did to this young man. So it's your boy, Let Us Pray. I hope you have a blessed and prosperous day. Please, in the chat, throw up your hashtag Justice for Ahmaud, or I am Ahmaud. Throw your hearts up, your prayers for his family. If you haven't heard of this case, please Google it. Look up the facts for yourself. Post about it on social media. Spread the consciousness. Don't sweep this thing under the rug, man. Don't let this police department, this county off easy. We need to cry out for justice for this young man. And from here on out, there's been so many cases, man, of similar stories. And people say all lives matter. Yes, all lives matter. But you know what? We're not seeing these same instances happen to other races. Not as frequently as it happens to black people. Not as frequently as it happens to black people. So, you know, miss me with the all lives matter thing, man. Because black people have been getting killed and gunned down, lynched, castrated, and you name it in this country since we arrived here. And it's not fair. It's not right. We fought for equality. There's good and bad apples in each race. And that's what it is. but we're all equal. We're all God's children. We're all God's children. So there's no one person, there's no one race that's more that should be more powerful or more dominant than another race. We're all God's children. You got some smart and intelligent black people, just like you got smart and intelligent Asian people. You got smart and intelligent white people, just like you got smart and intelligent Indian people. I mean, we're all God's children, man. We're all made in His image and His likeness. Nobody should be thinking they're better than anybody else, especially not because of the color of your skin. I mean, if you work hard and you work to achieve your goals, right on, man. But don't look down upon someone because they don't have what you have. Don't look down upon someone because their skin color is not the same as yours, man. Don't put them in a category. Don't judge them based upon their appearance, man. It's a shame we have to have this conversation in 2020. This is 2020. Civil rights movement was in the 1960s. You know, our grandparents, great-grandparents fought for a lot, put up with a lot during those times, hoping that during times like this, things will be changed. And don't get me wrong, quite a bit has changed, but there's still a lot that needs to be fixed. There's still those generational things that have been passed down from, you know, grandparents, parents, those things that need to be broken in society, man. So we got to do our job as the generation of now. You know, I'm kind of reaching that almost middle-aged generation. So that generation, we need to really pick up the mantle and start educating the younger ones. Start educating each other, speaking out, not sitting back and just letting things happen and thinking things are going to change. Things aren't going to change unless we take action. So, man, you know, my heart's hurt, man, when I heard this story. As you can tell, this is one of my longer videos. So, like I said, justice for Ahmaud, man. Throw it up in the chat. It's your boy, Let Us Pray. I hope you have a blessed and prosperous day. Please throw your prayers up for Ahmaud's family. Each and every family that's lost a loved one due to a senseless crime like this. Gunned down. I mean, you got Trayvon Martin. You got so many names that you can go. Stephon in Sacramento. A lot of guys. A lot of young men, young black men in their mid to early 20s have just been, you know, being exterminated. So, you know, like I said, it could have been me, could have been you, it could have been your brother, your dad, your uncle, your cousin, whoever. Could have been your friend. We're just blessed with grace and mercy from God that it wasn't us. So think about that, man. Think about that. Please pray for this nation. Pray for the black men in this nation. Man, because it seems like we're under siege, you know. Black men are under siege. And sometimes, you know, it becomes a bit much when you think about it in the context about how many black men that are killed in this country. So, but the black community, we gotta take a stand at ourselves and not kill one another. Stand together, united, and not kill one another. We gotta take that step first, and then we can change things outside of our community. So I love y'all, man. Have a blessed and prosperous day. Keep God first in your life. Tell those that you love them. Represent yourself and your family well. speak greatness each and every morning. Watch God do great things for you. Drop those prayers and thoughts and love for Mr. Ahmaud Arbery's family in the chat. Appreciate you guys rocking with your boy. I appreciate you watching these videos. I appreciate you showing your support. The $100 giveaway will be this Saturday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, West Coast time, okay? So can't wait to see you guys there, man. Can't wait to just bless somebody, help somebody. And we'll do more in the future. We will do more in the future. So this is just the beginning. So God bless you guys. Have a great Thursday. Take care, man. And yeah, don't forget to share the videos. Smash the like and subscribe button. Also, the notification bell for when the next videos drop. Okay, if it's your first time here, go ahead and subscribe for your boy. I'm gonna be thinking about diversifying a few things, so my channel could be a little more clear. We're gonna work on some things like that. We'll have that coming soon. Stay tuned for that. Kind of separating out some things because I got a lot of things going on my channel, and I kind of want to make it more clear. But videos like this really hit home, and when events like this occur, I really want to speak, and I want you guys to really process what's going on in our country, because we got the whole corona and COVID virus. We got all that going on right now, but guess what? All these underlying issues, these people think they can fly under the radar. When we got corona up here and everybody's panicking and fearful, and still killing black men under the radar, and they think they're gonna just fly under the radar, and I'm not gonna have it. So we gotta make sure we find justice for these young men that have lost their lives. Take care. Be blessed, and I'm out.